Coming soon to a gender utopia near you, a world without friend zones. Why am I talking into a microphone that has no amplification potential?
Recently on Ask Kristen, I talked about the sometimes difficulty of women turning down straight guys. This also led to complaints from some guys commenting on the video about being placed in the friend zone, of that holding pattern when they have either directly or indirectly made their romantic intentions known to a girl and she waffles a bit. She still wants to hang out with them, benefit from company, and preserve the friendship, but not take it a step forward. And usually by a step forward, that means physically getting together in some way. And this whole friend zone terminology really sums up a lot of difficulties that we have as men and women when we are attracted to each other and not attracted to each other and how we relate. But what's really interesting to see is what happens when you take the gender out of the equation. This came up in a YouTube comment from Monica Martin. As a romantic-hearted lesbian who doesn't live in a city, I knew from an early age that the girls I had feelings for were unlikely to feel the same way for me. I never tried to win them or force them into wanting me, but I tried to be the best friend I could be for them. And that right there, thank you, Monica, is what a world without friend zones would look like. What she's doing isn't denying her self-attraction, isn't saying that she's not worthy of being in relationships with these girls. She's simply accepting a basic no for an answer and choosing to be their friend anyway, but not expecting a reward at some point for that friendly attentiveness she's paying to these girls. Ever since I read Monica's comment, it's been running through my mind because it's such a beautiful, honestly, example of relationship dynamics not burdened by gender roles. Not to say that gender roles are completely useless or that Monica is degendered in some kind of way, but when you don't have all of those cultural messages about entitlement and access to women's bodies and that being, you know, what values a man, all of these things that really feed into the myth of the friend zone, you get what is ultimately just pure respect for the other person. A world without friend zones is a world without that kind of entitlement and provides autonomy for everybody. And listen, as someone who has resided before in what could be defined as a friend zone, looking back, I don't blame the guy who technically friend zoned me, and I don't necessarily blame myself, but I wish that I could have had the wherewithal to understand that I had needs and that in staying in that friendship relationship, I was starving myself. Being turned down is no fun. It's also, though, a statistical fact of life. We're gonna get turned down far more times than we're gonna be told yes, unless we're really, really, really attractive, perhaps. But I'm also a firm believer that taking no for an answer is also a way of saying yes to other opportunities, whether that's getting to know ourselves better, or knowing someone else better, or just being purely, genuinely, authentically the very best friend we can be. So special thanks to Monica if you're watching, and also thanks to all of you who post so many thoughtful comments and experiences and insights every week. I genuinely, authentically, sincerely appreciate it. I'm not putting you in some fan zone, okay? You're right here. You're right here. You and me.